name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. What's up, everyone? Joe Hendry appeared at the Royal Rumble. Super cool. New TNA World Champion with the title, just like Jordan last year. This is Discuss TNA Impact Wrestling. I'm here with the Horror King, Gary, who, I don't know. I don't have anything for you this week, Gary. Sorry. Who's here? He'll be talking. He talks. I have a new podcast at Wrestle Voice, or it's called a Wrestle Voice podcast, whatever. I did the Rumble yesterday. I almost got like 200 views already. Suck on that, Gary.
That's good.
We got some interesting TNA news that literally just came at us as we were doing this. We'll get to the Rumble. I mean, there's really not much to get to. Hendry popped in, didn't really do much. Is that fair? I mean,
yeah, we might want to add that he was the 15th entrant in the Royal Rumble as well. Just I don't know, just kind of throw some.
I mean, got a huge pop.
Yeah,
people singing the song. He got the Triple H handshake afterwards. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be the next Jordan.
Oh yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, they want him. But I'll be honest, I'm not going to freak out. I don't think he's a great wrestler, and I don't know. He's like they said something like he's the most viral something of the year, and I'm like, yeah, but like, that goes away. You know what I mean? Like the viral whatever.
Yeah, especially like when you go like turning him heel, or because if he goes to the WWE, they're going to be tempted.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Breaking interesting news that not so breaking. It's 3 days old. TNA got its highest audience in Canada since moving to a new network. 57,000 viewers and 17,000 in the 25 to 54 demographic, which is odd. Thought it was 18 to 54, but maybe it's different in Canada. And then here's a really interesting one. Dave Penzer destroying Josh Mathews. This is like brand new, I think. So he has a book out, and they asked like, what's your issues with Josh Mathews? And he said, you can ask, the author always says, he says, the author, Guy Evans, that's his name, always says, I never bury anybody in the books, but the one guy I will bury because the wounds are fresh is Josh Mathews. So if you buy the book, you will find out what a condescending, disrespectful douchebag Josh Mathews is. Holy shit.
Just from what you're saying, I know they did a sit-down interview with him probably like right after he left TNA, and he was kind of going on the record and saying like he enjoyed his time there, but he's had so much time in WCW and a lot of years in the business, and then now where it's kind of coming out into play that like a lot of it probably had something to do with the Josh Mathews, by the sounds.
Yeah, this is like shocking.
Yeah,
because I never really heard much about Josh, but also I started thinking about Josh, and I'm like, what the fuck does this guy do? Maybe he's one that also needs to go, like the rest of these people. I'm sure he's a Scott guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But whatever.
I do think we need to shake up creative as well. I don't
know what he does and especially that he had the audacity to hang on. I'm not done with this one. He said, his wife asked, "Do you miss it?" He said, "I didn't. I'm going through this whole journey, doing this book, but I realized the reason I didn't miss it because Josh Mathews couldn't disrespect me anymore. He couldn't be a prick anymore. He couldn't make me feel like a piece of shit anymore."
Well, there's something wrong with a Dave.
This is a fucking. That's what I'm saying. Like, this dude's like a legendary fucking. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck is Josh Mathews? What has he accomplished in his career?
Yeah, he's always been the whipping boy in the WWE, and comes to TNA, gets probably the highest job he's ever had in a backstage position. And
here it is. Ready? In part of his brain, he doesn't like that I was part of getting him his start and wants to be a dick. You can't be a dick to me anymore, Josh. Jesus, he keeps going.
So he gets him the start, and then becomes a dick when he becomes powerful.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah, he says, he talks about XWF. Another part of me thinks it's because it's part of him knows I'm the guy that got him a spot, and XWF paid him $500 a week. They were our developmental guys. We kept them under contract. Okay, so it bothers him that like he had the guy that got him there over his shoulder, whatever. But then he goes on and says, I absolutely love Madison. Listen, if I'm biased, I'm not gonna say shit about the wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it kind of doesn't surprise me because I think Madison comes off very
Oh,
genuine. I
totally. Yeah, totally.
feel, you know,
And he
like
comes
there's
up like just thinking about it, he comes up the exact opposite, like a phony. But whatever. We have more. This is kind of buried the greatest news here. Bayley is dying to come to TNA. She said when they first announced the TNA partnership, I texted Hunter immediately and said, "Sign me up, dude." He said,
wow.
"Okay, okay, hold your horses. This is interesting. They've got a system. They've got to go through the process." So that's interesting. It's like I don't know if he's saying they got a system where like we have a system for them. You know what I mean? Like they
Is
don't get to get in the fucking ring with you unless they pass A,
I mean,
B, C.
you watch the product way more than I do, or at all, and is she kind of like not really as big a part of the show as she once was, Jay? I don't know. It's just a
She might
question.
no, she might be bigger than ever.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just don't hear much
Yeah,
about her as much as I had.
she's currently feuding with Roxanne on NXT, and then she's on WWE main shows.
Okay, so
I
they
mean,
pretty
she was
made
one of
her.
the top. She was one of the top picks for people
So they pretty much
winning the
made
Rumble.
her. She's been pretty much a mainstay for as far as relevancy.
Oh,
On the
yeah, yeah. I would say if you ask someone who are the top 5 female stars, she's definitely one of them.
yeah.
She's also like the face. Her and her and Cody were at the Indy 500.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like that's who they pick
Yeah.
because and like if you've ever heard her do
And
an interview, like she's like the nicest fucking like I've never seen a bad story about her. Everyone loves her. She's like the nicest human ever. Now like she chose to go down to NXT to help them out. Like you know what I mean? She probably could have had a goddamn title run. She's like, nah, I've been around. I want to go to NXT. Help,
oh,
work with so she's working with Roxanne Perez, who we know her,
yeah. Yeah.
but she's also on the main roster. It's like I think she was on 3 shows last week.
Yeah. She. It sounds
Like
like
that's
she's
like yeah, like she's not at all like she's not like over the hill or anything like that. She's like I don't know, maybe even peaking. Like that's how she's I don't know,
just kind of
incredible.
like a talent that just wants the
Maybe
betterment
the
of.
most facest face ever to face.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
And
whatever.
I'm thinking her against Tessa, the heelest heel ever. Like that could just be insanity.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't
Okay,
get
so
a
sorry,
colder
just one.
heel response than
Sorry.
the way Tessa's been being treated
Oh
lately.
yeah,
And
totally. Yeah, and I love that they're just going with it instead of
yeah,
being
so don't I.
postseason.
Like they don't get butthurt over the
Yeah, instead of
backlash
yeah,
they might
exactly.
be getting.
Oh
You know.
no, really? Seriously, another company would have had her put out a fucking statement apologizing.
Oh,
Fuck
definitely.
that woke
Yeah.
shit. It doesn't work. And the United States fucking of America proved it by who they voted for. Did I vote? No, I don't. I live in New York. I know who was going to win New York, so fuck you. Call me lazy.
That's
Call me,
kind of my thing too.
call me lazy. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean it's pure blue state pretty
There's like
much.
3 states that need to vote. It's the dumbest fucking thing in the universe.
Yeah.
Bully Ray Dudley humiliated a pro wrestling insider today. Have you ever heard of Dr. Chris Featherstone? He's like the new, or he was a new insider.
Oh,
So
I
he
have
tweet. Ready for this? My
what's that?
apologies. Ready for this? This is what he tweeted. Ready? My apologies. Just want to hang on. What's this from? 2/1/25. My apologies. Just wanted to let my followers know what's going on at the Royal Rumble because I get a ton of requests. Can't please everyone, not trying to, but I'll respect the request of my people tonight. By the way, I was told Tuesday who is winning, but I haven't and won't spoil it. Bully Ray wrote, I was told who is winning in quotes, LOL with laughs. Shut the fuck up. He goes back, lots of pointless emotion in that response, not much substance. I was indeed told it was Jay on Tuesday, and that can be verified. Thankfully, I have no desire to prove anything to you. This fucking nobody talking to Bully Ray. Ready? Bully, the emotion is me laughing at your preposterous statement of being told. The substance of me telling you to shut the fuck up for being for perpetrating a fraud. And allow me to call you out. Your words, and that can be verified. If it can be verified, then verify it. Exactly. There are no fucking facts out there. All these people just throw out bullshit. And then they get these psychotic followers. Also, let's see if you get this. I called him Dr. Smolder Bravestone DMD.
No clue.
Ah, really? You haven't watched the latest Jumanji movies?
No.
Oh, you know what? We're gonna have to do another podcast on that. You're a goddamn movie fan. It's The
Yeah,
Rock.
I don't know. I just was never. I wasn't a big fan of them
Well, let
remaking.
me just sell this movie quickly. The part two. It's The Rock as Danny DeVito, or Danny DeVito as the whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just the voice is fucking hysterical. But whatever. I don't. I love movies like that. Where, like they switch bodies and what's his name? The chubby guy that sings and shit. Jack Black.
Oh
Also good in that. Okay, would you? How about the other name I used, Doctor Hackendebush?
no, doesn't
Damn,
ring a.
damn. All right, I guess I'm playing
I'm more of a horror
I
movie.
guess I'm playing to a really small audience here. Doctor Hackenbush is from A Day at the Races. Groucho Marx,
Oh,
old
okay.
school, super old school. Really flexing my whatever.
I know who you're talking about though.
Yeah, you can. I'm sure you can see his face if you. All right. So, what's next? It's funny. I thought we were doing a special this week, but no.
Oh,
Okay, here's
TNA.
something interesting. Guess who didn't like this show at all? Christian Thompson,
Oh, we didn't like it.
aka new TNA hater. No, no, I'm joking. Thompson's awesome. They just didn't like the show, and hang on, I'm pulling up there. Oh Jesus! Oh God! Breaking news! Breaking news! Another top star set to leave the company. Oh my God! According to a new report from Mike Johnson, Josh Alexander will become a free agent and has already taped his final matches. Who could have possibly seen that coming?
Wow.
wish
Not
I
a
could
shocker.
wish I can post a picture right now of the everyone wearing pajamas because that's all four of them.
Yeah.
Everyone in the picture wearing pajamas is now gone. Of
Yeah,
course,
it's
they can
kind of
see
like
he left the
like
company.
Dr. Slamovich with the picture where she X's them out every week.
Yeah,
You know,
seriously. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's a good idea. I'm gonna X them all out.
slowly but surely.
Okay, let me see why exactly did Thompson not? Okay, give it a 5 out of 10. Said that feels harsh, but I'm probably being generous. No matches over 10 minutes. The three champions combined for about 90 seconds. Okay, that was totally fair. Like Penzer
Yeah,
was
yeah.
barely on the screen.
There were actually 6 full matches on this card, and I think anytime when you
Yeah.
shorten a match like this, it becomes a problem pacing wise. You know, for
Yeah,
the rest.
Thompson hates that. And I
Yeah,
can't disagree. But what did I like about this show so much that he didn't like? That's what I can't figure out. Because
I know.
I
I
swear, I
think I
shut the
remember.
show off, and I was like, "Holy shit, that show flew by."
Yeah. Well, I think what kind of stood out for you was the in ring re-debut of Mustafa Ali
Oh yeah,
taking
that's
on
what I mean.
it.
Yeah,
You know
first
what I
there's a
mean?
few
And then
things. I also like. Well, I was talking to him messaging, and I obviously like. He doesn't like Ryan. Like,
oh, okay.
also doesn't like Alicia for the same reason. Like they have that screechy voice, but like to me, it's a
Oh,
heel voice. Like I get like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. What do you think? What do you think? How do you feel about Ryan so far?
So far, I'm loving the heel interaction with his
That's what I
brother.
was
Like
thinking. Yeah.
his brother's just kind of like I don't know, like he's acting like the crazy brother, and then
Yeah.
it's like
I really like the dynamic. Yeah.
Nick is kind of like, well, I'll just go with it because he hasn't jumped me yet,
Yeah.
or
And he's my
things like
brother.
yeah,
And if you
exactly.
watch the tag match they had, like you can tell Nick is having a fucking blast. Like I don't know if he
Yeah,
was like
yeah. Well,
going
Jay, it's just
too much over the top. I mean, he was like smiling the whole match. You know what I mean? Like I really think it was
I
like, holy
almost
shit, I get to tag with my brother.
I almost went with that for the thumbnail this week with Ryan getting the pin on Casey Navarro,
Oh, how
just
funny was
because
that?
it kind of made me laugh, just because he
How
has
great
this
was
big old
that's what I mean. I thought that was great. That was such a little thing, and it was. And then
yeah,
I thought
yeah,
Dolph was gonna get mad. And I thought Dolph was gonna get mad, but it was like, I don't know, man.
yeah.
I keep saying it. Dolph. I think Dolph is the most interesting character right now. I feel like he's a liar.
Well,
I feel like he's with his brother. He's just like a quiet dick. You know what I mean? Like he's not letting it
well,
out.
there was one thing in this show that I could honestly put down was that one fan that was out in the crowd that was booing Wes Lee and Ace Austin, but I think he was booing Wes Lee, and he kept calling him boring. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
this is a great matchup.
That's
You
well,
know,
that's another thing. That's another thing. I mean, how much NXT was in this goddamn show?
yeah.
It felt like half an NXT show.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I mean, I definitely wouldn't
okay,
put
I'm
it as
scrolling through the show. No, I'm wrong about that. There wasn't that much at all. But
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they had multiple segments with.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no, Cora Jade and Hyann. Then they had Cora Jade. Oh no, sorry, that wasn't a segment. Was that the one? Oh yeah, Masha. Oh yeah, Masha ran down after her or some shit.
Yeah.
So that was one.
Yeah.
And then the one you just mentioned, Wesley. Like, come on, those are two big friggin' NXT stars. Like,
Oh yeah. And then we got stuff of with didn't we get Santino's daughter on this show as well?
yeah, she's like a she's a
Backstage.
friggin' she's like the queen of NXT, whatever she's called.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you could just see it. She's an awesome character. You know what I mean? She's a great talker. I feel like it was like they have like it's like half NXT, and I give it points just for that. You know what I mean?
And I definitely think it's been an upgrade with Sami Callihan having this rivalry with Mance Warner, because before this he was
That's
like
a nice
having
thing.
really nothing, and now
That's
Mance
another
Warner's
good one because Thompson does not like Sammy, and he's
yeah.
like, it's always the same shit. I'm like, it's one of those things I never really thought about, but I had. It's like you can't argue it. Sammy is the same
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. It is
But
definitely
I
got.
totally agree. Like Mance came in, and I feel like it was like a jolt. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and then they brawled around the venue as well.
oh, I
So
love that. That was another thing. That was a good call there. Thank you. I didn't forget that. Yeah,
yeah.
I love like it's like a simple thing, but like they don't usually do that, and it kind of felt
Oh,
like the show was like it kept going because they would go back to that, and I don't
but
know.
if there was
I love the
another
layout. I guess it also
and another.
started with. Sorry, it also started with Nemeth opening in the ring talking, which I always like. So
Oh yeah, and I think another big positive is they managed to get a lot of talent on the show as well. Like I kind of feel like
yeah,
some shows like you watch, like not just TNA, but any product, they have all this roster and they just they pay them to be at the tapings, but then they don't use them effectively. And I
yeah.
kind of felt like regardless of the show kind of being maybe a little lackluster here and there, uh, I think they did a really good job of getting a lot of the
And then like,
non
well, anybody wants is more talent when like there's
promise.
barely enough for
Yeah,
TV time, like you're saying,
yeah, and I think
like
they're doing
shut
a
up with
much
the new
better
talent,
job.
everyone, shut up. Like worry about the talent that we have right now. Like,
And I do like the stuff with Zia Brookside kind of feuding with Cora Jade, and then you got Masha in the mix as well.
yeah, that's exactly, yeah.
You know what I
Like
mean? Like you
they're
got
making friggin' Zia, Jesus. Look at Zia
yeah,
compared to what, 6 months ago, a year ago.
yeah. Well, honestly,
She
I
was
think
just a cute little girl with nothing at
yeah,
all. Now she's actually challenging NXT people, and
I have a feeling they're going to book that as a triple threat.
yeah, I can see that. Have her take the fall.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, she's another one that's been great. Also, what's been great is people on the internet finally realizing Scott wasn't that goddamn smart. Like they don't like no one has anything anymore. Like TNA's getting so good when it comes to everything. Like people are looking back and they're like, shit, like I get it now. And if we didn't,
Did you?
sorry, if we didn't mention it earlier, that report about cost cutting was
Oh,
bullshit. The
oh
true
yeah.
story was exactly what we said. Scott overpaid people like fucking Trent Seven, who no one else would even pay. Who's the bidding war with for fucking Trent Seven? He was spending too much money to hook up his friends.
Yeah, and I think once Trent Seven found out that he wasn't going to be getting that payday, did you notice how long he jumped ship? Like he
Oh
took
yeah,
right that
yeah.
one tape early,
And PCO was already trying to like backtrack a little, saying, "Oh well, I don't have any problem with WWE because he wants in the friggin'
yeah, yeah,
WWE whatever TNA like."
yeah, and
That
he
was
definitely
so that was so
before he went
stupid
to
of
TNA.
him, and I guarantee that came from Scott because
Well,
he's already signed for a fucking what's that bullshit Maple Leaf Pro show. Oh, sorry.
is it?
Before we forget, USA Network. Shit, should have
Oh,
led with this.
oh, yeah, I might want to throw that out there. It's pretty
I should
big.
have led. I should have led with this. Sorry, everyone. I mean, I think I literally said last week that I'm like pretty sure TNA is gonna end up on the USA Network, and the USA Network tweeted, "How great was it seeing Joe Hendry?" So
Yeah.
hang on. How great was it seeing this is TNA World Champion with TNA tagged Joe Hendry in the Royal Rumble? Why would they do that?
I don't know. It
So
sounds as about as
the first
good.
person said it was epic seeing him in the Rumble. They replied, "Loved it." And then all people like me are saying, "Gives him a TV deal, give him a TV deal." But I feel like it's inevitable.
And plus, too, it does feed into that the narrative that TNA is getting a lot of help from WWE because they don't want AEW to snatch
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
And that was the story that just came out like last week. They're going to get a TV deal from one of WWE's.
Yeah.
I don't understand the whole part about. I mean, I think Dave threw in there. So part of it was so AEW can't get that network. Like, why the fuck would AEW want to? How could they ever
Yeah.
even
Why
be
would
on
they'd
USA?
almost have they'd almost have, I think they'd have to almost revamp the whole show just to even think
But I mean,
about
they'd be on multiple. Like, how can they be on multiple networks? Like, they're on TBS and
it.
TNT and fucking Max.
I'm pretty sure, like, if you're in conjunction with somebody, it's a kind of like a one-on-one. I don't think you can.
Yeah, it's an in conjunction. Yeah,
You
I
know,
don't think they are with like
yeah.
USA. Is USA? No, USA isn't owned by.
But I think that was a case of AEW jumping the gun. They took the first big network that come along, and they thought because it was TNT, TBS, like there was a more viable option, and and like now they're probably regret jumping on doing that.
I mean, yeah, they're losing. Yeah, they lost what? WWE.
Yeah.
They can't get AEW. Obviously, even if they wanted to get AEW, they couldn't. Like I just said, they have their freaking deals and all. And WWE's
Yeah.
probably pushing for them. And like we said, if they get Bayley over there,
Well, and then with
I
the
don't know. I
recent
don't think
development
I don't think they
with
need it. I think the deal is like set. They're just waiting for a date or something.
yeah, and then like with the recent reports of AEW not selling out their shows, that's gonna be a no go to somebody like
TNA selling out
USA,
everything. Yeah. Awesome for Hendry. People complained he didn't really do anything, and whatever. He did the regular. He got in the Rumble and he knocked a bunch of people down, and
Oh, speaking of the Royal Rumble, did you hear Drew McIntyre stormed out of the 2025 Rumble
and then
mad at late night?
that was LA Knight. That's who it was.
Yeah, that's what is being reported. That's the
Oh.
article I saw.
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't believe anything anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
Another thing about Janelle Grant came out the day
No.
of the Rumble,
Oh well.
and I'm like, okay, and like of course, everyone's fucking all these people like the journalists should be ashamed of themselves if they don't ask about that. People just don't get it. Like, what do you think's gonna happen if you ask Triple H about that? He'll say, "Yeah, we have nothing to do with that," and get the fuck out of here, and you'll never be invited back. You know what I mean? Like they
Yep.
want people to ask Triple H about fucking Vince McMahon's lawsuit. He's not even there anymore.
Yeah, and you could tell, like, it's definitely like I don't know.
Fucking nerds. I'm so tired of these wrestling fucking nerds, man.
Yeah, yeah. There just seem like there's so much more open since Vince has been gone. Like it's been a breath of fresh air with Vince gone. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah,
And I
but
think
guess what? Yeah, they're working with TNA. They're doing all these nice things. But guess what? It's not helping AEW. So AEW freaks have to come out and
yeah,
fucking bring up everything. A story about Janelle Grant, fucking whatever years. Also, somebody pointed out this latest story, which I didn't even read. I don't get into this stuff. You know what I mean? She got
yep.
paid off. Vince paid her off. She spent all the money, supposedly, and now she wants more. So she came out with another story.
Oh,
That's what supposedly people are saying. I don't know if it's true. I'm not in this. I don't really. I honestly, I hate to say I don't care, but Vince has done so many fucked up things. Like,
yeah. Well,
I'm not gonna look at. I'm not gonna.
I think after a while,
Dude took a shit on girls. Like, I'm not gonna look into this guy.
honestly, if you keep exploiting somebody, I think there's a law against that too. So I don't really believe, that fully as well.
Yeah, I didn't even follow the story, so whatever. Back to TNA. Yeah, Mustafa Ali, fucking beast.
Yeah,
I think that's another part. Like, I'm just so happy that he's back. Like, you totally nailed that. Like,
yeah,
just seeing
yeah.
him. Like, and then against Laredo Kid, who I love, and it wasn't a squash.
No, Laredo looked good in this. There was often times where you thought, not that you thought he'd win, but he got a lot of close, nearly 3 counts on Mustafa here and
I
there.
actually thought like maybe Mustafa comes in like over
Confident?
whatever. Yeah, and like I don't know. I don't think he was ever gonna lose. Maybe like a DQ though or something.
No, I don't either.
Like he makes himself get a DQ. You know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah,
again,
kind of like
like
that
he
time
could
when
have.
Rey Mysterio. Kind of like that
Yeah,
time when Rey Mysterio faced Kevin Nash, remember, and he actually beat him.
yeah.
Remember, you know what I mean? Like he kind of got the
But yeah,
upset
no, they
win.
could have done. But yeah, I totally get it. You can't do that here with his first match. But again,
Yeah,
great, really good match. I mean, Mustafa is so fucking good. I don't think people remember. Like people were freaking out. Oh, Bayley's leaving. Guess what? Mustafa's
and this
better. Mustafa is easily better than Mike Bailey in every fucking way possible. And he has
well,
a personality.
and Tom Hannafin on commentary, like nailing the little backstories of Laredo Kid, saying he nearly died. We
Oh
nearly
yeah.
lost him in TNA due
Yeah.
to
I remember that shit.
you know what I mean? Like he
Yeah,
remembers
forget
things.
about that. Wow.
You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
no,
it's
Hannafan's
little
great. Yeah,
things like
Hannafan's
that
awesome.
he does not, get credit for.
Hannafan's awesome. His friend, not so much.
Yeah.
I don't get the drama king. The only thing that good that ever came out of that was me taking the drama and putting horror in front of it. Um. So yeah, okay. Ryan was the opening match. Wait, who won? Oh no, sorry, that was the opening promo. Loved it. Loved talking. Gia Miller backstage with Ariana Grace. Loved it. Tessa, how great. Tessa just fucking like what? Did she push someone off, or was she just? Oh, she made Ariana Grace cry.
Not like
She made Ariana cry.
yeah. I want to say it looked like she almost looked like she wanted to take a hold of Gia Miller as well. Like
Yeah, I thought so
looked like she
too.
wanted to swat her. Like I literally thought she was gonna knock her out because she. I mean, I just couldn't believe like how aggressive she was around her because it was
I
like I
swear to
thought
God,
for sure.
she might be the most realistic wrestler I've ever seen in my life. Women,
Yeah,
man,
kind of like a knockouts version of Brock Lesnar in a way because she
yeah,
like
like everything looks
intimidates
so
the
fucking real.
yeah.
She looks like a pissed off human that wants to fucking kill you. Like that's how Brock looks.
Yeah.
And it's
Like
so
he
funny because
doesn't hold back.
people are
And you,
it is like I've seen 50-50 on this. People say
yeah.
she absolutely sucks at promos, and then other people say she's
Mm,
awesome at promos. Also, what
I don't
happened to
know.
just being okay at things?
I don't know. I thought she
Can't people
was
just be
pretty good at
okay at something? Like I thought she was good, but she's not. She's not fucking Stone Cold. You know what I mean? Like she's not
no,
Eli Drake. Like, but that's
no.
what she
But
should be doing. She should be just going around quiet. She doesn't need to talk a lot. You know what I mean?
I mean, she was in Mexico. I don't know how many years. Probably what did they say? 4 years she was there. I mean,
Yeah.
and I think you don't really get a chance to show your craft on the mic there like you would, in
Yeah.
American wrestling. And
But
then like she
I
really
think.
hasn't had a fair shake of being in the forefront in terms of
Yeah.
being able to speak her mind.
Yeah. My only problem with her is I don't see her for this week. So I guess I'm thinking she's only signed for a bunch of matches at this moment. You know what I
Oh
mean? Like
yeah,
why
yeah,
wouldn't you have
because
Penzer on every fucking show? But yeah.
is she fully fired then by AAA or is she just like
I
on
swear to God, I
special?
thought she was still a champion. I really don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I
No,
can't.
it's not even AAA. It's
Oh,
the other one. What the hell is it?
man,
Jesus, I'm blanking on the name.
is it? Oh,
CMLL.
okay, that's where she was. Okay,
She was a
was
tag
it
team.
in AAA for a while, and then what they do? Fire her? Or?
I think she was. Then something happened with.
Oh, is that what happened with her husband or whatever?
Yeah, she was with Daga. So Conan
Oh,
said he didn't want to bring her back until
oh, okay, that's the
because there'd be
story.
too much bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I just looked. Previous champions Tessa Blanchard and Luvia vacated the title after Blanchard left the company December 13th.
Okay, so.
So she was literally still on the.
Oh, okay, so she just newly left there.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. love when people call me when I'm doing this. Okay, yeah. So she was literally a CML champion, which got me to tweet. Did people not know this? Because do you know who works with CMLL? AEW.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
So
I was gonna say.
AEW has kind of been working with Tessa longer than TNA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a
Yep.
way, in terms of partnerships, no one said a word. I mean, I'm not saying say a word to AEW. Did anyone say shit about to CMLL or what? It's okay because it's happening in a fucking different country.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah,
Like, why
like
didn't somebody find the CMLL bookers and say, "Oh, how dare you book her"?
yeah, I mean, and they're another one that like they weren't working with anybody early on when they first came in, and then it's like then they kind of took over AAA from TNA, and then they
Yeah,
started New Japan, and I don't
that's
know.
another
I'm
thing.
kind
I also think Anthem probably looked around and was like, "What the fuck is this AAA thing we're paying for? We get
yeah.
one wrestler every 6 months, and they get
Oh yeah,
steal, and they get
yeah. It
Havoc
just
for a
makes that.
year. Who made this deal?"
Yeah, it kind of makes that like that inaugural thing that Scott did up on the stage. Remember
Oh
with
yeah,
AAA, it
oh
kind
yeah.
of makes it look like it was an act, like
Absolutely
do
nothing happened after that.
over for us or whatever.
Again, that might have just been Scott wanting to be on stage because he needs to be.
Yeah,
Just like he used to come out and take bows after TNA had a great show. Do you
yeah,
think
and
the
like,
new? Do you think Anthony Siccione is going to do that? The guy who people don't even know exists.
come on, Jay. The fans out, certain fans out there want him to be a regular part of the show. So
Yeah, I know. It's actually it's unbelievable. Like they just cannot be fucking happy with. Whatever. I'm not going to yell at TNA fans this week. So Cora Jade, High End. Got to
yeah,
complain a tiny bit about this because I fucking love High End and they keep jobbing her out. This was
she
like a
got a
double.
really good look. I'm really surprised they don't book her a little stronger. At
Yeah,
least
totally.
let her get some offense in a little more instead of
She's a
kind of
great
squat.
friggin' wrestler. Like if they ever give her time with someone.
Yeah,
But whatever.
yeah,
This was a squash for Cora Jade, and Zia came down afterwards, check on High End. Jade beat her up,
yeah. She
and
did the typical good girl thing. She kind of took her eyes off Cora Jade while entering the ring. She come back in the ring, and I
it
was like, I would
happens.
never take my
It,
eyes
ha-
off me
it
ever.
happens, Zia. It happens, Zia. I know you're listening. Don't feel bad.
Yeah,
If you want to
yeah.
be a John Cena or Tommy Dreamer, savior type, you just got to keep that head on a swivel.
Yep.
So Cora got the win. Masha ran her off. G was backstage. Yeah, see, even more. With Wes, Tyson, and Tyreek. So that is Wesley, aka Desmond Xavier's group. She wants to know why they got involved in the Rascals group. Lee said they became too fixated on tag gold and lost sight. They need to become the NXT tag champs tonight, and he'll beat Ace later tonight.
I kind of
So,
like this here too, Jay. It kind of makes up for that one dude we didn't get. Remember that? What was his name? ROH, ROH dude. He had a little bit of a crew with him, and then uh, I can't think of his name. Kind of a chunky wrestler. You said he used to be quite heavy. I think he wrestled with oh, the really
Ring of
strong.
Honor.
Yeah, Ring of Honor. Like he had a faction. I think he was even retweeting and stuff with TNA. I can't. I want to keep saying Sean something, but that's not his name. I don't know.
One
He's
second.
got like
Let's all take a moment of silence. R.I.P. Ring of Honor. You had a great run back in the day.
yeah,
Maybe,
yeah.
maybe
But
one day you'll
either
get
way,
picked back up or something. I don't know.
I kind of like what they're doing with this NXT faction. Like I think like a 3-person faction is pretty effective. You don't need all those
Yeah.
talents. They have the 3.
And I like how it makes the
Yeah.
Rascals add Ace Austin. Like that's an awesome fucking team.
Oh yeah, yeah. I could honestly see him. Maybe under that Rascal
Yeah.
banner for, kind of like when Chris Bay, recovers,
Yeah.
or at least eats up a little bit of that time till he comes back.
I think it could be done so easily too. They're just backstage and be like, "Wait, you smoke?" And Ace Austin's like smoking a joint or something. He's like, "Yeah, of course I do." He's like, "You don't know we smoke?" He's like, "No." He's like, "You haven't seen the Treehouse stuff?" And then he goes from there.
But
Whatever.
now a lot of it's legal, so
Yeah, totally. You can do that shit anywhere now. Just stay off the cocaine because, good lord. Hang on, I have to actually pull this up just so I can explain it to Gary. AEW posted a vignette, I guess the word is. I'm not even sure when. Okay, maybe it was from what the hell is it called? What's this stupid second show called? Collision, right?
Yeah.
It is. What the fuck's the guy's name? Commander. Shit. I can't. Hang on. Hang on. It's in my replies, people. Give me 1 second. So this guy's walking on the street. He's a regular wrestler, right? He's been on what's the name before? You know what I mean? Like he's not new.
No.
He's been on whatever it is. It's Commander or the other guy. I forget which name. So, fuck. It's so funny. Gotta find this goddamn thing. So they showed him. He's okay. Here it is. Commander's walking through the streets, right? It looks like New York or whatever. He's just walking through the streets. They're showing the back of him the whole time. Okay. He stops, turns around, takes his hands out of his pockets, and his hands start glowing like fucking.
Oh my God, this sounds horrible.
Glowing, glowing like I can't explain it. Like fucking Shazam, like Shazam's hands. Okay.
Jesus, it
And
sounds
he's
like
just
something.
staring at his hand. It goes on for like 15 seconds where he's just staring at his hand. And I wrote back like, dude, Tony, you gotta stop with the fucking coke, bro. Like that's one of the dumbest things I've seen. Like, oh man,
Well, when you
they are
said the
so.
glowing, I thought you were gonna go all Twilight.
Oh no,
with the
no, like
vampires and all
no,
that
they're
stuff.
saying like he has superpowers now. So like, oh
Okay.
my god, fucking disaster. Thank you,
Oh, this
TNA,
is
for.
some really off trippy Lucha Underground kind of make
But
no
he's
sense.
just, yeah, like it doesn't. Yeah, this is the wrestling company. They don't do this shit. Like
Yeah, and the
that's really the
number two
problem. They
company.
lost. They lost who they are totally.
Yeah,
They are
number two.
WWE light at this point. TNA has more of a fucking, you know what I mean? Direction, whatever. And
Yeah, I
they're
even
gonna catch them this year. I really think they're a USA Network away from catching fucking AEW,
well, I mean,
who is just
pretty
keeps falling in every way.
in
They
the
get a
short.
they. Sorry, I don't know if you're on social media. I know you haven't been for like a week because of your internet problem, but like
Probably
they're the
closer to a month.
yeah. It is now LOL AEW.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like
Well,
instead
I'm
of
just
LOL TNA.
yeah. Well, people will sit there and say TNA is like, they just I don't know, they're just really generic. They don't do anything. But I would rather them be a little bit maybe complacent and being boring than be overbearing and trying this risky shit. Like you're trying to compete. They're AEW is trying to compete with
Son of a
WWE.
bitch.
You know what I mean?
We were supposed to announce our Patreon today. Guess that'll be next week.
Oh, okay.
Prepare, people. Starting next week, we're gonna do half-hour episodes. If you want to hear the rest of it, you gotta throw us some money.
Yeah,
This is not.
we take tens and 20s. So
Yeah, this is no joke though. We are not gonna shove it up our nose like some other people, or drink it like TNI. I have hospital bills. Gary has all kinds of fucking things. Gary has hospital
yeah,
bills. He's got one goddamn leg. This
got a
poor bastard.
I still got a peg leg going on.
Got a goddamn peg leg. He's a fucking pirate over there. But whatever. It would be nice if anyone would help us out with that. And, we're going to give you cool shit. Okay, so Myers defeats Slater. Thompson was not happy with this, which I guess because we all love Slater now.
Oh
But,
yeah.
but it's not going to kill his career. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely not. But the thing I don't really like about it in a way though, with him losing to Myers, is like he keeps losing to the bottom tier of
Yeah, that's
you
what
know what I
Thompson
mean?
was saying. But I saw it more as like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Eddie would have been better. But I guess also Myers needs some wins every now and then.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
But
But
it wasn't just him. Like they were
it's
all out there, weren't they? Like
oh
Moose was
yeah,
out.
yeah. I
Like
even said that. I go, Jesus, it took 4 or
yeah,
5 system members for him.
yeah. Like I don't think maybe
So I
I
mean,
don't
I
think.
guess we're okay here with that. I mean,
Yeah,
in
I mean
terms
it
of
took it took the faction of factions in TNA to beat
oh,
this
and
guy.
not to mention he got knocked out with a ring. So
Yeah, I mean I think like it showed respect. You know what I mean? Like that the entire I thought it showed respect that they even came out for that.
I did
Moose
like
came out. I feel like Moose only comes out when it's like really big shit.
well before all of this, Jay. Did you catch when Moose comes out? He goes, maybe if you don't want to carry Frankie's
Oh, yeah,
trophy,
that was great. I forgot about
carry
that.
my
That was great.
bags.
Shit, that was another one. That was another great segment. That was like a quick. Oh
I think
shit, who
that
was
might be
that?
the funniest thing he said all year for
There was a
me.
lot
Or
of
well,
people
not
in that segment.
Yeah.
Who the hell was it? Was the Hardys in that? Was it
There
just the
seemed to be a
system?
lot of people involved back.
I know it was the
Yeah,
system,
the
and then
Hardys.
Kazarian was
Yeah,
on
the
one
Hardys is
side.
a good team with Leon Slater. I think. I
Yeah.
think
Okay. Yeah.
that's coming
Okay. Here
up.
it is.
Or
Here it is. Kazarian was trying to console Slater backstage. Slater said he didn't want to carry Kaz's trophy around. The system walked by. Moose said Slater could carry their bag instead. Alicia said Slater could be their secretary. That's right. That's like I'm like, serious. I'm like, Jesus, they keep going.
yeah, yeah. I
The
like how they
Hardys. Then the
let.
Hardys popped in.
Yeah,
JDC called them washed up. Matt challenged to a 6-man tag next week, and then Kaz just like snuck off in this fucking Kaz, man. Like, talk about making every second of your time. Like,
well, and
he's
I don't
so
know,
funny.
and I don't know if you noticed Jeff Hardy. He's totally seems like he's 100% rehab. He looked
Oh
really
yeah,
neat on stage. He had the
he's
glasses. He
yeah. I
was like
can.
being real professional. Like,
I've been listening to his interviews lately. He's been talking about that all the time.
yeah,
We mentioned a little last week when he talked about when he mentioned I could have been Cena. At first, I thought
yeah,
he was like sounded a little crazy, but like he's totally on a different. Like he's
yeah.
totally clean. He's thinking correctly for the first time. These dudes stayed 2 hours late at WrestleCon yesterday because they had the longest line again at WrestleCon every year.
Oh, I heard that. Along with Joe Hendry and somebody else. I can't remember who the other one
Yeah, like,
was.
there's a bunch of long ones. These guys, every year their line is still there when the show ends. So what do they do? What do they do? Cancel their flights and stick around just so they can sign shit for
Damn.
fans. Like
Yeah,
fucking, like everyone should be the goddamn Hardys.
yeah, love and
Um,
respect for that.
yeah, but I mean, again, with this freaking Leon Slater thing, like, okay, he lost,
Yeah,
fine, but then look what happened. He's in a 6-man tag and all the biggest guys in the friggin' company.
yeah. I'm still holding out hope that Tom Hannafin keeps. I know I say this weekly, but he keeps bringing up that he goes the time's running out for Leon Slater to become the not X Division
Oh, you're
youngest.
right. Yeah,
And I just feel like they're gonna pull it out on him at some
yeah,
point. Like
definitely.
some
Oh, total. I didn't even realize Moose was champ. That's
yeah.
exactly what this is setting up. He's gonna beat Moose.
Whether
Um,
from the Hardys or something, I just feel like something's
yeah.
gonna go down.
Well, he's just gonna out wrestle Moose. You know what I mean? Like Moose is not
Yeah,
gonna be. Moose won't be. He'll under whatever it is. I just fucking said it again.
maybe
He won't.
who knows? Maybe that ring will come back into to play, like against
Yeah.
the,
Maybe a triple threat or something. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, definitely Slater getting a push. I mean, this guy's really, really. I mean, Jesus Christ. I kept tweeting during the match mostly about the shit that he did.
Oh yeah,
Did you see
yeah.
that one flip he did over the goddamn what the hell's
Oh
it
yeah.
called? The turnbuckle. Like, we didn't even touch anything. Like, Christ,
Oh yeah, yeah. Cleared it by like a good foot. You know.
dude, fucking flies, and he's not like a tiny dude either.
No, he's real tall. I noticed he was like maybe 2-3 inches shorter than Moose. So you're looking at a guy's
Yeah,
probably three
and
six
fucking
four.
flies. He could be. I
Real
mean,
link.
man, put some weight on him. He could be a fucking world champion.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of a much taller Felix Skipper kind of guy.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know what I
So
mean? The way his look.
got to give it to Thompson. At least Slater is getting some TV time. You hope he gets a good push in 2025. I think he's already getting it, Thompson, but we'll see. He could also get humiliated in that match next week. I don't know. The camera cuts to, here we go, Warner and Callahan. I just love this. I love this. Who's the champion? I don't know. Both of them? I mean, it's better than the stupid, pointless title that they were using it as.
Oh yeah.
One of PCO's 2 titles. We didn't even know what the other one, I don't even think it had anything to do with TNA. And they were making it like they were equal. So now we got
Yeah.
Steph DeLander, who's hot as hell. You know what I mean? Coming out with the
Yep.
title, being a great heel with Mance Warner, who she's with in real life. Some people have actually asked me that. Like, damn, these two have amazing chemistry.
Yeah, they
Like a
do.
lot of people point out their chemistry. I'm like, yeah, they
I
probably
mean,
worked together a few
I
hundred times
thought
on the indies.
honestly though, too. I honestly thought DeLander and Cardona have really good chemistry. Almost so much so that would feel like if I was Chelsea, I'd
Yeah,
almost feel
I mean,
like you know what I mean?
that's just
Because it's
yeah, that's a whole. We could do a whole episode on that, like friggin' Liv Morgan and
yeah.
like she always says like oh Dominic's wife is great, she loves me. Like, does she? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I
like
just feel like
like deep down
I'm not trying
inside.
to I'm not trying to start anything between Chelsea.
Oh no,
Although
yeah,
I
totally.
wouldn't
I'm
mind
just saying.
you
Yeah,
market.
like if it was one of us, we would say this. We'd be like, like deep down inside, like, would you not be a little
Yeah, yeah,
something,
yeah. I'm
Unless you're
totally
unless you're a
realistic.
Scott Demore type and you like watching your significant
Yeah,
other get banged.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, Laredo versus Mustafa. How long was this? Oh, only 5 minutes. Shit, thought it was longer. Well, it was a good 5 minutes. How about that?
Yeah.
Mustafa got the win, which he had to. Blah blah blah. Santana confronted him after last week. See, I thought he should have confronted him the first week, but I guess that was his when he showed up. So
Oh
I'm like,
yeah, I think he kind of felt dissed by Ali the week before because
yeah.
remember
So he
he
showed
was
up, yeah, when he was.
yeah, yeah. I kind of
I
felt
was
like he
thinking, like,
thought
I'm still thinking, like, would Santana take that like that? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, no,
I thought he should have
I
kicked
don't
his ass,
know.
but
I guess because he did it like try to attack him or whatever. I guess he just
yeah,
kind of. I guess he tried to. Maybe he's trying to send feelers out to him. Like, what is your intentions? I have a feeling you're gonna jump me, but you haven't so far. But
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Um, this I didn't like. Ali suggested Santana could fight someone that's always ready, and they made a match for next week. I think.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
why is he making matches? I don't know. I don't like random matches. I mean, you got Santino there. Let him do his
Yeah.
god. Let him make every match. He's funny as hell. Whatever.
Yeah. Which
Um,
speaking of Santino, he announced a battle royal for this coming Thursday to decide the number one contender for the
yeah.
knockouts
When was the
champion.
last goddamn Knockouts Battle Royal?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty
God,
cool.
as a fan
Even
of,
if it even if it's a lot of in-house
even if
people.
it sucks, I don't care. It's
Yeah, you know what I mean, it can't be any worse than MLW's Battle Riot. Like, I mean, they'll get guys that are like 20 years retired, and
yeah.
you know what I mean. I don't know.
I just like. I mean, have more gimmick matches. People that
Yeah,
don't know a ton about wrestling can watch a gimmick
yeah,
match and kind of be
and
into
it
it.
gives the knockout that hasn't been on TV in a while a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Northern Armory versus Josh and EY did not really happen. I thought it was interesting how Josh was in the ring. Like, I didn't catch that. He was in the ring
Yeah,
the whole time. So the second he tagged, EY just knocked him the fuck out.
yeah. What'd you think of this? I know you're. I mean, I don't hate Josh, but there's a part of me that does for the way he kind of used TNA.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, listen, I'll give it to him. I feel like Josh made Santana on his way out.
yeah, I just didn't know
And
what you thought of EY in the light jump.
but my only problem with this is just it's all happening so fast. I mean, like EY's good, he's bad, he's good, he's bad. Like, I don't know what the fuck he is. So I
But
do like that
maybe,
he's going full heel here.
yeah, and we are getting a finality to his direction at
Yeah.
least
I
somewhat,
mean, like I was
or a
saying, he wears the
direction.
fucking evil. He wears an evil mask. I mean, maybe he's been evil the whole time. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But also, I don't know why is Josh going out in this way? Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
want Josh to go out as a face.
I think this would have been more effective had we been touring in Canada or something. No, I think that
Yeah,
would
definitely. Yeah.
much better served just because of the everyone being
That's
from Canada.
another interesting thing. I was looking at their events. Nothing in Canada this year.
Maybe they're feeling a little bit of a pinch from Maple Leaf Wrestling because Scott's probably not that
I
you're going to do
I don't
better than
think they're worried.
TNA,
I don't think
but
anyone's worried about Maple Leaf
no,
Wrestling.
I don't think so either. But I mean, they do say Scott's a
Yeah.
millionaire, and how much pull does he have with some of these venues and shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it could be, but I mean, we got TNA
Yeah,
has WWE now.
yeah,
I'm sure they got a lot
yeah,
more fucking pull than
yeah,
Scott
yeah.
Demore.
Very good point. Well, I mean, we could actually get the
That'd be a
better.
funny one. Yeah, I mean, that'd be a funny one. Like, actually, Scott Demore called us. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Triple H here. Oh God.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Scott Demore to fucking the
No more
power
of
of trips.
no more of the Rebel complex. We'll be booking the Blue Jays Stadium.
Oh man, God,
you
seriously.
know,
Ah,
I
who the
don't.
hell knows? Like, that's another thing. I'm just so excited about what's gonna happen with all this. I mean, Bayley fucking talking about, like, that's insane. Also, I mentioned this on my little written thing. Remember the shit TNA was getting for the dudes in NXT? I can't remember their names from months ago. The No
Oh
Corpse
yeah.
Catch crew.
Oh yeah. You're talking
boring as fuck.
Eagle's son there. What
Yeah.
happened to that?
We were getting the shit. Not that I think they're just like the worst part of NXT. It's
Oh,
like,
okay.
but my
All
point
right.
is like that's what TNA was getting, and now they're
Yeah.
getting fucking legit people
Yeah,
like
like-
Wesley, who's a former fucking whatever North heavyweight champion.
Yeah, like the upper
Cora
upper
Jade, who
Yeah.
I don't know if Cora's ever won anything, but she's one of the fucking biggest. She's a huge star because she's gorgeous and everyone's in love with her. And I think she's hooking up with Braun Breaker, so
Oh.
I will say no more. Yeah, I don't know about that. Just do it again. Like I don't know. It just feels weird. Like too fast. Like,
Yeah.
Will he keep that? Will he keep the Northern Armory? I mean, I guess it looks that way. Whatever. Wesley versus Ace Austin. I thought this was awesome. 9 minutes, really good.
I did too, but my only problem was the victor here. I honestly thought we really need to keep Ace winning because like he's kind of standing up for because Chris Bay can't be here and like he lost a Moose. Now he's
Don't get me started on that.
you know what I mean? And like
I
now
was
it's
so
like,
close to writing an article about that, bashing TNA, like,
yeah.
because what was the name? Ignis. I don't think the name's Ignis, but
My problem with it is he's a former 3-time X Division champion. It's not, talking about Ace Austin like some slouch. He's,
no, that's
he's
fair. But I mean, this was basically
Yeah.
it's like a 3-on-1.
Yeah. Yeah. Again. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I can say this feud continues.
Okay.
Thompson says that heel trio beat down Austin after the match. Rascals saved them. So I mean, that's where sorry if I jumped the gun before people when I said the
Maybe
Rascals
we'll
and
get
Ace
our
Austin.
just due. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I think it's like a step up, not a step up, but putting him in this feud. Like, I don't know, gives him something to do for now at least.
Yeah.
They probably had plans for the fucking year for him and Bay, which they had to totally fucking cancel because Bay obviously. Okay, they had a backstage promo for Joe Hendry. It was like 3 seconds. That was
Yeah.
He just won the title, right? Am I wrong?
He just won at the
Oh no, that was the live show.
Yeah, at the pay-per-view, right? At the Genesis. Yeah,
I was thinking this is the first Impact.
But it was
Genesis.
a very short and brief thing. But what I have been enjoying with TNA and WWE is like the storyline. Like the storyline's going on fresh right now, but TNA's building it like it's brand new stuff. Like with this concert, he's gonna mention like being in the Royal Rumble and
totally. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're right on point with the storylines.
Totally. Yeah.
Whereas when we worked with AEW, Tony, I swear to God, he kept like sabotaging the storylines. Like he'd book a show.
Well, again, I think anyone can watch that thing I just mentioned. Like, I don't think he's doing anything on purpose.
Yeah,
he's a fucking. He has no idea what he's doing. Like, people actually like that guy. Whoever I mentioned is fucking this high flying guy. You don't need to do anything with the guy. They could sell masks if they knew how to fucking sell things. It's amazing. Like they are so bad at everything. Merchandise.
And then we might want to mention too, the Nemeth brothers are getting a shot this week on Impact against Fraxium. So
yeah. Okay. Good question.
tough.
Fair question from Thompson here. How is it a live Joe Hendry concert if it's taped?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess first class versus the Nemeth. Yeah, that was the main event, right?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I think I say it all the time. Casey has been fantastic.
Oh yeah. I see Casey, and I was like, who is he reminded me of in the current form? WCW wrestler, and I'm like, oh my God, he reminds me of Juventud Guerrero.
I was actually going to say that, Jim.
Like almost spot on. Like just the cockiness, the movesets. Like small dude, but can back it up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just really been impressed.
I don't want to be racist, but I would give them Tasha. I feel like that they're just missing a girl to become like a top faction.
Oh yeah, somebody said. Oh, you said Tasha, right?
And whatever. I'm pretty sure they're 2 black guys. That's why I'm saying Tasha.
Yeah.
I'm racist about it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Actually, I don't know what Casey Navarro is. Maybe Spanish.
Yeah, no, that I don't think that's racist at all. I think it makes a lot of sense. It kind of feels
But
like
I mean,
you're.
like she also has that that swag or whatever the hell you call it. You know what I mean? Like she's a similar character to AJ.
Yeah, kind of has that just that little faction kind of has that LAX vibe to them a little bit.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah. And like
Yeah,
she would like bring it up to that extra notch. I think that, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you know. And then she mentioned
uh,
something about bringing in a couple girls from NWA too, so you could
oh,
throw
that's
them in.
okay. That's right. That's next week. That actually happens next week. Everyone should get excited for that. There is a knock. There are two knockouts. There's a knockouts tag team coming next week. I don't know if they're sticking around, but at least we have a goddamn knockouts match.
But I mean, if we
And
could get them under some kind of deal, like that would be,
yeah,
added to the tag team division, and then that, she could kind of like the faction could kind of maybe get some straps on the girls, for once, or
yeah.
it felt
I'm at
a
the
fresh.
point where I've said, oh, we forgot earlier. Macklin was backstage questioning Eric Young if he should trust Josh Alexander. So
Oh
Steve
yeah,
Macklin's pretty mind fucked right now.
yeah, because he kind of thought Eric had, I don't know, changed or
I remember,
whatever. Kind of,
Eric Young kind of like cured him.
yeah.
Maybe he put like some code in his head, so he's like the Winter Soldier now.
Yeah,
He says some
I
words,
don't.
and Macklin just turns into a killer.
Yeah, they're just like, I think that's the reason why it's so hard for people to follow Macklin. Not because he's not a great talent. It's just he's been
Yeah,
booked so terrible. They give him a storyline and they don't really see it through, or
it's like a
you know what I
confusing
mean?
story.
Yeah, like he
He's been in a
really.
confusing story. I mean, think about this poor bastard. He just beat
Yeah,
Josh, healed
yeah,
Josh, like
yeah.
kind of became the face, and then Santana does the same thing,
Oh
and then
yeah,
Josh turns face. So does it even mean anything? I don't know.
yeah. I
Like,
know that.
does it have to be
Some
EY
people.
now?
I know, like it's what do they say? He's like the gold standard for like
Yeah.
Santana, the gold standard for TNA now, and it's like, but what do you do with a guy like Macklin, because he's got to be in that conversation?
Yeah, well, I would have had. I don't like two guys beating Josh. I would have had like a really long. Just kept the
Yeah,
Macklin feud. I would have kept the Macklin feud. Just keep it going until that final match where Macklin wins. That's where you pass the torch. But then you gotta like give him the championship soon after that. But whatever. We missed one thing. Iceman, who actually made me laugh this week. I forget how or why. Um, but he's booked to Santino
I believe that's the second week
about not
in a
getting
row.
a rematch. I mean, how many fucking rematches is this team gonna get?
I know, but I think this is the second week in a row. I think you said he's actually made you
Oh
chuckle.
yeah, okay, yeah. Well, good job,
I guess
Iceman.
that's a win for that character. So
Yeah, good job, Iceman. Um, so yeah, Santino. That's when he announced the knockouts. What the hell is it? Oh, number one contender match. So it had nothing to do with tag teams. I guess he just did a. Okay, he said he'll. Thompson said he'll review his decision, but he'll put them both in next week's battle royal, and that'll be cool. And I think that's everything for this show.
yeah, I mean,
Sorry, I don't think
definitely.
we mentioned Mance Warner, but goddamn, I love this fucking guy.
Definitely not on the level of the live show that we did,
Yeah,
but on the same hand, I don't think it was horrible. I mean, I know what I kind of get where Thompson's coming from when he says he gave it 5 out of 10, because it was a very overbooked with matches
too many
show.
matches. Yeah, yeah.
You
Thompson always
know,
points it out, and it's
but
one of those things I
and
never thought about until Thompson pointed it out once, and I'm like, shit, yeah. Why
but
would you have like
then like
6 matches on a fucking 2 hour show?
it's also kind of that kind of show, like people always say, well, certain talents don't get on the show, and that's kind of the way I kind of felt like, well, maybe they're trying something new to try and see how many people they can get on the show to make it feel fresh, where we're not like the same people every week. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. I
Maybe
think it might
it's,
be more of like a. I don't know. They're just not great at like timing when it comes to taped and all that yet. And maybe WWE can help out with that.
yeah,
I mean, like you
yeah,
said, they are getting better. Like you said, Joe Hendry's definitely going to talk about being in the Rumble. If not, he's going to look ridiculous. So like that's awesome.
yeah,
Okay, so next week, Battle Royal, Leon Slater and the Hardys versus the System, Santana versus Cardona. So yes, that did become official, even though it was made by Mustafa for some reason. And then the Joe Hendry live concert. I feel like he's got to
yeah,
kill that. I feel like he's really got to kill that. You know what I mean? Like he's a champ now.
But I still feel like they're really focusing on the storyline part of the product. Unlike when Scott was there, it kind of felt
Oh,
like you
totally.
just
It's not even close. It's
randomness, and I don't
everything.
know.
That's another thing. It feels different now. I don't know. Maybe starting with the live show, or I don't know, Genesis, whatever the fuck. Like it feels different this year. It didn't feel different last year. And now they're
Yeah,
actually doing like that Knockouts friggin' Battle Royal. That's a
yeah, just
TNA thing. That's a TNA thing. I
yeah.
kept
That
saying
actually
that. Sorry.
makes me want to tune in this week.
Like they
For
kept
that.
saying, like there was one thing they were missing, and that's the goddamn ridiculous TNA gimmick matches. Like beat TNA. Have you know what I mean? TNA is a lot of things.
Yeah,
TNA, really smoking hot girls.
and then
And
it
look at the
kind of
like those pictures they took. If anyone missed them, what did they have tape on them? They were covered
and
in
it,
tape.
and it kind of makes you wonder too, like what NXT talent's going to show up from week to week, which is
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. And we got
isn't
more live shows coming, and like
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be live all the time. I mean, look, they're going to. Yeah. I mean, is that not obvious that they're going to be live when they go to TNA? When they go to USA?
Well, somebody said they think that they could still manage to do the live and the pay-per-view kind of stuff too as well.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure about how that would work with scheduling or any of that.
But I mean, like if they could do it like they do a
To
week
me, that's
live, a live and another week show or whatever, then do another, the live thing like a pay-per-view or whatever.
okay, well, you're getting into what I call hashtag PW nerds.
I don't know. Just the more live they do, I'm just all for it, because I
Yeah,
think
oh, yeah,
that could
totally. Yeah.
be a
I mean,
game changer,
oh,
nonetheless.
totally. Imagine, I mean, I think viewership would double maybe if it was live, just for
Yeah,
the
I
fact
think
of
that's always
what
been
could
their.
happen. You know what I mean?
I think that's always been what their kryptonite, not being able to go live because so many idiots out there ruin it and say, "Well, the tapings were shitty," and people listen to that. They don't.
Oh yeah, one of the biggest um, roadblocks for TNA is half of their shitty fan base.
You know.
I cannot tell you how many times this week I saw people saying like BQ deserves more praise for everything he's saying, that the company's finally listening to him. Like, yeah, yeah. They listen to the guy who's been talking for fucking 15 years, changing from heel to face every few fucking months, whatever that even means. Like,
Yeah.
Christ, you're a fucking
How
grown
many
up
name
heel face.
changes
Like,
the span of what
I
was
mean,
it? Just
Christ.
BQ, then negative BQ, and
Yeah. Be fucking normal. How about that? You don't got to put in your fucking, ugh, whatever.
like he was playing up the negative stuff. It's like you don't
Yeah,
have to change
I
your
know.
name. We know you're we know you're down on the product.
He
You
still
don't have
points
to.
out negative shit all the time, and it gets likes and fucking, like, whatever. Just, it's
I
sickening.
mean,
But
we
if a fucking,
constructively,
if a hater says exactly what he says, they get destroyed.
yeah, we constructively put the
Mike Gilbert.
yeah, like
If anyone happens to listen to my other podcast, I had a fake
like
Mike
I mean I've
Gilbert
heard
call in,
him
and that was my
oh
Mike Gilbert voice. Hello, this is Mike Gilbert. I
well
never heard him talk.
I've heard BQ complain about like just because he paid for like backstage or something and like I wasn't treated like royalty, so TNA
Yeah,
sucked.
yeah, no, yeah,
Like
he deserves that. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I'm,
Like
I'm, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting on a Bound for Glory weekend trip, motherfucker. I didn't get treated like fucking gold. Fuck off,
you should be
bitch.
so lucky you have a show that can come to your town because everything's always out of my range. Like it's down in Albany or Florida or you know what I mean. Like be way up here in the Great White North where
Um,
you get nothing.
I'll get to the why is pro wrestling against Gary thing sooner or later. But right now, you have a big game to worry about, and we should get
Yeah,
the hell
I'm
out of here
very.
since we're gone over an hour again.
Yeah.
Everyone wish Gary luck in the comments, and also apologies if anyone's still listening and we didn't respond to your comments. That's because I'm running the comments because Gary is having some kind of weird computer problem. So I'm just
Yeah.
liking things.
Woke up one morning and the computer was trashed. I don't know if somebody got into my computer and destroyed everything. maybe the
So, so
maybe
let me
they're watching
quickly.
us for our government comments or something.
So just because we don't have a Patreon yet does not mean we will not accept straight up money thrown at us. Gary can Gary can use some right now. So hey, get in touch with us. We'll figure it out. Okay. Have a good one, everyone. Also, I guess you should probably buy Impact Plus, TNA Plus. But first, money goes to Gary. Okay, go Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly, whatever the fuck that shit goes. Peace.